Also, speaking of Netflix, I watched. I only got to the first episode of that '90s show. It's
Bad.
yeah, it's so awful. The first few minutes with the regular cast actually wasn't that bad, and I was like, oh wow, am I gonna watch like 2 episodes of this stuff? But then once they introduce the kids, the new kids, so
Go ahead.
okay, so Eric and Donna's daughter, which I've looked up online, it said they're divorced, which the first episode didn't say anything about them being divorced. But anyway, so she goes and wanders next door, and some girl is screaming, who's the girl who wrote the song Ironic?
The Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, she's singing one of her songs. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't Ironic.
Yeah.
And she was unironically... No, it wasn't that one.
Playing a banjo. The fucking song is...
It's it's like the black girl. So Minnie Foreman meets the black girl, and then she's like, wow, you're like actually
Living in Donna's old house? Is that what you mean by that? Okay.
And she's like, your parents boned on this bed 100 times.
Oh my God.
Which is like, they got a new bed, but whatever. And so Eric's daughter, she's like, oh, I want to be cool just like you. So then they all, the gang gets together, the descendants of the kids, which if I'm remembering correctly, 3 of them are like Kelso's illegitimate kids. One of them, I think he had with Mila Kunis, but I didn't care enough to...
That was the only clip I saw, which I'm assuming is how I'm going to consume the show, is all the clips of the familiar faces popping up.
That's the best way to do it.
Which you don't even have to watch shows anymore, because those ones go up on fucking YouTube like right away, and they don't get taken down.
Right.
So all the good scenes that I want to see. But anyway, go on.
So they all decide they're going to get beer. And you remember the episode of that '70s show when they like stumble upon that keg in the road?
And they go like into the empty pool?
Yeah,
Is that the one where, okay.
They have to like go through and get the tap. The two of the illegitimate Kelso kids are sitting in their car, and they're at a gas station, and a worker at the gas station just gives them a keg because he thinks that they ordered the keg and doesn't think to like see their IDs or like double check that they paid for it. He's like, a keg for Smith? And they're like, yeah! It's like making it that obvious. So they get this keg just handed to them, and then they have to get the tap for the keg. So Eric's daughter goes into the gas station. She's like, I've never done anything so edgy before. And she has a pillow under her dress to look pregnant. So she buys it, and then the gas station clerk is like, oh, you shouldn't be like drinking if you're pregnant. And she's like, oh, it's for my husband. And then like her pillow falls out. And then
and she runs away with the case. Oh no,
so much worse.
Ooh.
Dude, it gets so bad. It's like so the lady goes, oh, so you're just a kid. And she goes, you'll sell me that beer tap. Back home in Chicago, I do debate regional varsity regionals. So I know that your employee gave a cake to minors, so it was over before it even started. And then the lady's like, I gotta just give it to them.
That's so fucking lame.
I know. The funny thing, and I paused it because I was watching it with Stevette, and I go, the reason I'm about to like punch a hole in the TV is because anyone who knows anything, like if you've ever done debate, you don't look at the person you're debating. But the scene is like set up in this like, dude, I'm looking into your soul.
That's your fucking takeaway. It's not that this is like the dumbest dialogue ever.
I mean, it is the dumbest dialogue, but it's like add insult to injury. You're looking
you're
like
insulting
at the judge.
Former debaters. Okay, we're debate lifers here on this podcast. Hate to admit it, but don't really.
Welcome back to Debate Life. And no, we won't flash you the podcast. You gotta go to the Patreon on your own. Okay, how to spread. Anyway, so I was like, if people who did debate all 4 years of high school and were like autistically good about it, like they can't look anyone in the eyes. So this scene is just so stupid. So yeah, I don't know. And Eric, what was kind of funny, like Eric was a professor at some college teaching like the history of Star Wars or something.
Which didn't he like not go to college in the show? Didn't he like do some?
He went to Africa.
For like, what was it for? Did they say in the show?
To find the venom.
But he probably went back.
Yeah.
I don't like that him and Donna might be divorced.
I know, I don't either.
But this is weird. I never realized whenever I watched the show when I was younger, when it ends, I didn't think they ended up together. But then like the popular opinion online is that they do end up together. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that. I thought it was like this weird point where they were not going to be together.
Which I guess...
Will they, won't they? They will.
The girl who plays Donna did not age well, though. She like looks a little weird and methy. So Eric... It seriously looks like he is not aged like a year. It's insane. So The parents also looked really good for their age. Everyone except for Donna, really. And they tried to like recreate the circle.
Is Fez in it?
He's in some episode they preview at the end, like the rest of the season to get you to watch, but I couldn't find the episode where he's in. But because
in the show, doesn't Jackie with Fez or whatever?
Yeah.
But that never made sense. That was just like weird writing.
Just like fan service. And Kelso was like a cop.
Do they say what he does now?
He's like a businessman. He's like an executive businessman. Dude, I know Monopoly money when I see it. Please, just let me arrest you. Folks, you already know. Y'all know where it's going. Oh, I had something else to say about the show. Oh, they just have some like fat Asian gay kid too. So
maybe he's just a neighbor or something.
He's not even a neighbor. He's just like included in the friend group. And he's like, oh, this basement's decrepit. And then in the preview for the rest of the season, there's like a 2-second clip of him like setting up like a 90s computer for Kitty. I could just like, oh, now you're Asian. You probably built the thing. Oh, fuck, I'm gay. I just spilt water
That's okay.
on the floor.